colours.
Yeah.
We went straight.
I'll do that and I'll do that again.
Ik weet een heerlijk plekje grond, daar waar die molen staat.
I don't even know the name.
Waar ik mijn allerliefste vond, waarvoor mij het hart slaat.
At the top of Patterson. Still the things coming in.
Yeah, the whole cord is not stitched down.
You didn't do that one, did you? No, you didn't do that one.
Oh, it's coming yours.
The chords.
Some of the chords, yeah.
Oh.
And I wanted to represent the carnage and the destruction the Germans did in Arnhem and other various places. So I tried to represent that on the doors. There will be a written explanation on the wall for them to read in a very short sentences. But we're planning on maybe getting booklets out with a more in-depth description of each of the shadow boxes and what it all represents, and the quilt and the other parts of the exhibition. These are photographic images that I have taken out of books borrowed from the DACC, and I have superimposed them onto the transferred them onto the doors, and worked from that by adding a collage over the top with the representing the crosses, places when people are not allowed to go into certain sections of the street when they're cut off, closed off, the gates or whatever.
But that desk was far too big. That desk was bigger than the bed, twice as big. Look how big it is, bigger than the bed. So I felt it couldn't go in there. It was just silly to have such. She wouldn't have had such a big desk. All she had was a little table.
I've also copied some of the signs of the different road signs that were on the actual images to tie it all together.
How did you do the research? How did you get the information?
I borrowed the books from the DACC and used that.
The smell of ruined cities is amazing, quite different. It's dusty brick, very strange, and I'll never forget that.
So,
and that was all over.
And what was liberation like?
We were so happy. We were all standing along the streets, and there came the Americans and the Canadians, and on their tanks, and threw chocolate at us, and stockings for the girls, the bigger girls, the women, And they were the heroes, and we all cheered them for a whole day. We stood along the street cheering them, and it was a beautiful sunny day, and we had big orange bows in our hair, and it was so exciting. Unbelievable.
We've got so many of the other shadow boxes representing the culture and the lifestyle of the Dutch in peace.
The house was all right, but it had been ravaged. Everything had been taken out. There was nothing left. We had to sleep on straw the first few weeks. All the furniture had gone because the Germans took everything with them, and when they left, and pulled back, they took everything with them. So there was nothing left, and your parents had to start from scratch, the whole new start for them every which way. They had to somehow get bedding and blankets and pots and pans, and then the battle for food, you got stamps. But again, as a child, I didn't think about anything. It was just there, and whatever you got, you liked it because you were always hungry, and I didn't mind the food. But of course later the parents said it was just dreadful not to be able to give you proper food. I said, I think I had proper food. To me it was normal. I'd never had a banana or milk in the last few years. I don't remember the taste of that ever as a child.
But the war years was sort of a complete upheaval for so many people, and that also then led them to wanting to leave Holland and finding a brighter future in other countries, and so that and migrating to Australia. Okay, this is one of the freestanding dioramas. There are 3 altogether, and they represent the difference in the lifestyle of what people had to get accustomed to when they arrived in Australia. And these little boxes are all set out with different segments of, you know, what we had to get used to. This one, for instance, is being invited to a party and having to bring a plate. None of us knew what that meant, and we came with an empty plate. So that's what this little box is. It's not quite completed yet. It's got to have a few other pieces added onto. This one represents the lifesavers at the beach. Which is also very different from Holland. That represents one of the Nissen huts that the Morgans stayed at the camps.
For example, in Villawood and...
Yeah, or Skyfield or Bunagilla. The front of these openings I still have to work on that so that it follows the theme through, you know. Now that's Ayers Rock. That one is a farm veranda. And that's the backyard.
Wow. So, and then I made a speech. I thought, this is my time. I made a speech. But I was a member of Toastmasters one day.
Oh, you were right.
In the past. I learned to do some public speaking. This is my time. Anyway, I thanked him for writing the play, because I said the plight of women and children in Japanese internment has never been told here, and you're the first one who does so.
Well, the solid earth in my head.
Yeah, that's right.
No, well, better get back to it again. Might come to us.
Ik weet een heerlijk plekje grond, daar waar die molen staan. Waar ik mijn allerliefste vond, waarvoor mij het hart het slaat. Ik sprak haar voor de eerste keer aan de oever van de vliet.